Hello, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. I am Mike Jarvis, and it thrills me to say that I'm joined on this edition of the podcast by the one and only, presently global touring Montserrat reggae star. Now, stop and think a minute about that, because when I tell you that I'm talking to Tabu, you might not want to believe it, but stick around and you'll hear about Montserrat's newest globe-trotting star. Welcome, Tabu.
Blessings, 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 my general. Long time, long time.
Long time we've been trying to set this up, my friend.
Long time.
Yeah. So, as I said, globe-trotting reggae star. You are not in the calypso competition this year. We can talk about you and the calypso competition, being a former king and all of that. But
Truly.
globe-trotting reggae star. Tell us about that, Tabu.
True that. Yeah, well, this thing started since, youthful days, really. My ambition was always reggae music. And, Calypso was laid the foundation where we can write a song from beginning to end and sing a song from beginning to end. So the reggae music becomes just like poems to me now. And traveling and living in Jamaica for like studying there also really cemented my post when I met people like Blacker Ellis and all them people from Scotland in Jamaica around Halfway area, and all them stars, from Big Youth right down to Burning Spear, everybody. I used to eat in the tent, sit down with Bonnie Whaler. So the reggae music was always a part of me, but I could not get to express it because I was too much involved with calypso at the time.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there. Just back up a bit. You were hanging out with Bonnie Whaler and
Yeah,
Big Youth and
yeah, man.
really?
Definitely around Halfway, Kilimanjaro sound at that time, around Scotland, Halfway, people like Fenton, from St. John's, Fruits, the man can tell you the truth. Blacker Ellis can tell you the truth, Because remember, I went to Hidden Manna College and Hidden Manna
Yeah. No,
just down the road from Halfway Tree, you know what I mean?
I'm not doubting you. I'm absolutely
So,
not doubting you. I
so
am
going,
talking about the reggae royalty that you were hanging out with.
yeah, man. I tell you one night what happened to Mike Jarvis, right? I used to live in Mona at that time, me and Flasher, Desmond Daly.
Yeah.
And we were like going to hang around where Bonnie Whaler was rehearsing at Mona Center, and he locked up his keys in his car. But I had a virgin who knew the streets and knew how to hustle. So the virgin I went for Hardy's. He was called Hardy's. And I went for him, and Hardy's came and picked the lock, and Bonnie Whaler got his keys. And from there, we were hanging out in the rehearsal. The rehearsal we did it for the World Tour in New York, 1997. I was in Mona Center with him all around time, every night, you know what I mean? Desmond Daly can tell you.
Wow.
And
Boy,
then
you've
from
got
there,
stories to tell.
and then from there, you still down like First Street in Trenchtown, Bob Marley, where they call Government House in Trenchtown, where you sing No More No Cry in them places.
Yeah.
I used to lie down in a Bob Marley bed down in them places, down in
You're
Government House.
joking.
Yeah,
Say
man.
that bit again. Say
Yeah,
that bit again.
yeah, man. I have photos of that with me lying down in Bob Marley's bed in Government Yard in Trenchtown. First Street, Blacker Ellis took me there, you know what I mean? Yeah, them things. So reggae was like deep in my bones. Coming back to Montserrat, then I had to sing calypso just to get my music out every year because that's the norm there, that's the genre in Montserrat. It's not like a reggae country, you know what I mean? So I have to sing the calypso to keep the reggae music in me. You know what I mean? And then I reach a point now where I just have to just sing the reggae for music because the music is the king's music. And the king's music gonna take you to the four corners of the earth.
Well, you've done
Yeah,
extremely well in the Calypso
definitely.
arena, rising to Calypso King. I remember the days, a lot of people might not know this, but one, your songs have been extremely popular, a lot of social commentaries, social justice songs about the environment,
Mm-hmm.
your TGIF big hit.
Truly,
But
truly.
back in the 70s, you had, was it Punk Rock Party?
Punk rock fever, yeah, punk rock fever.
Punk Rock Fever.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was like 1983, 84, when they
yeah.
made it.
So you've definitely put in the work, and coming down or up through the years, here we are now. You are on, well, I'm going to call it for the moment, a European tour because that's what it is, with
Yes.
your, is it your debut reggae album?
Yeah, my single album. You see, before I get to that, I came up here after the volcano, just before the volcano, and then I used to play with a reggae band called Nomadic Roots, where we went to Switzerland, Toulouse, South France, all them places and played, through Paris and played, and then, we went to Rebstein, Sangalen, Zurich, we played there, you know what I mean? And then I used to move with a band called Skakubano, a ska band where, Ruben, Fred White, the youth man Fred White.
I think I've heard the name.
Fred White had a son called Ruben. We used to call him Sleepy. As a drummer, he used to play with CP band when he come home one time, He play calypso. But he was a ska band. So I used to move with them all to Oslo and them places there back in the 90s. And then that's where the reggae cement now, and I'm playing with Nomadic Roots. I met up to Bongo Asha and Basie Ken, Steadroy for Arthur Brooks' brother Steadroy.
Yeah.
Steadroy used to be the lead singer of the band, and the man Steadroy used to carry the band through the whole of Europe. He played Notting Hill, Marcus Garvey Center, backup band for Steel Pulse, and them things that we were on the road, But then...
You see, when you drop these bits of history, and powerful history, I like you always to go back and repeat them. You were, the band that was warming up for Steel Pulse.
Yeah. We did that show at not Marcus Garvey Center in Nottingham, And then we played Keddy Camden Town. We played at the Forum, Kentish Town, where Peter Filial, that was with the Cultural Center, that was a part of George Martin crew with the Cultural Center. He was the technician, Peter Filial, the guy with the
I remember Peter.
Yeah, we played at the Forum in Kentish, the Forum down in London, And then I did Soul for Montserrat, where I performed with Gabriel and Ruby Turner and all them people at the Soul for Montserrat in Royal Festival Hall at the time of the volcano. Yeah, so it was like the opening act to all Damage and Boys to Men and all them people there. And we just hold it down, Mike, you know what I mean?
Boy, you've been holding it down. And here you are now, some years later, doing it on your own, or you're part of a collective. How is this being done? I'm going to just throw all the questions out. So where have you been so far, and where are you going to now?
Yeah, well, we started about in July, early July, where we went into Nans in Dub Camp, South France, and performed there, and it was fantastic. And then we left from there and we went into Milan, Sicily, deep inside Palermo. We played Palermo just right down on the coast of the Italian coast, and reggae music took me them places. And then we came back and I was staying in Hayes and Harlington at my brother Bongo Asha. He's my producer, he's my engineer, mixer man, everything, Nomadics.
Yeah.
His label is called Nomadics, and our agent is like Jojo Dubs, that push us around the place, and we staying in Bongo Asha from July, even though I was on the road touring. I still did that album, my new reggae album, because I run my own studio in Montserrat. I understand the studio operation, from A to Z. So when he gone to work in the mornings, I sleep upstairs in the night. And when he gone to work in the morning, I come down and record myself. And because he's the engineer, when he come back from work, he don't have no work to do. When he come back, he just have to just mix the music and balance everything and master, and the song finish. So I did the whole album that you listen to between July and September. When I went home for September to teach, I had my album in my hand, going home with it, And then...
So, mate. So you wrote it?
Yeah, everything.
You performed on it?
Everything.
You recorded it?
Everything, straight down.
And what about the musicians on it, along with yourself?
Bongo Asha. Me and Bongo Asha done everything, Nomadics production.
All of this thing here?
Everything, Nomadics production.
And there's another element that
mix and master and print.
Mix, master, print. The printing. The artwork. That's what I was going to come to.
The artwork, I did the artwork, I have my little princess on the artwork, at the riverside, looking at the future, and Hidden Manna. Hidden Manna is really like food, So the album is about higher meditation. Hidden Manna is the food that the Most High give to the people in the wilderness to eat, manna. It's a manna. It's like food. So this is not reggae that is going to be like jumping all around and, exalting ungodliness. This is total righteousness,
Then the title of the album is Hidden Manna. I've listened to the tracks, and it's what we call conscious lyrics. I'm just running through the track titles. Messed Up World And that is a concern of yours, linking social justice, linking climate change, environmental issues, sunburn traces, natural, matter of time, higher meditation, flame of fire, holler out to Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince, that's Haiti, you know.
Haiti, early morning ghetto, speak and journey. What I'm going to do here, Tabu, with your permission, I'm going to drop in Natural.
Natural, it's a powerful song that, you know.
You said it. This is Natural by Tabu.
Roll it for Ja. Natural. The cycle of living should be natural. But the balance of earth is not proportional. Rates of blood pressure, it is intentional. Kill my machines, that is factual. So the written things are broken and identical. And justice for all in the informal. The purpose of love should be actual. Maintain you full and it no optional. Lamentation, ja no impartial. Oh yeah. Natural. Babylon food feel up for cancer and cholesterol. Their faith and trust embrace pharmaceutical. I see them building prison walls and no hospital. The population need that meaning only funeral. Geological cleansing is the new normal. In a time capsule, it is statistical. System divide and rule, it is the only protocol. Nothing cynical about it all. I rural. In the scheme of things, Rastaman plural. I hear the king of kings as the imperial. Natural. The cycle of liberty should be natural. But the balance of earth is not proportional. Rates of blood pressure, it is intentional. Kill man machines, that is factual. Nothing cynical about it all. I rural. In the scheme of things, Rastaman plural. I hear the king of kings as the imperial. Oh yeah. The cycle of living should be natural. But the balance of earth is not proportional. Rates of blood pressure, it is intentional. Kill man machines, that is factual. So the wheat and taste are growing identical. And justice for all in the informal. The purpose of love should be actual. Maintain you full and it no optional. Lamentation, ja no impartial. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Natural. 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 Natural.
That was Natural, taken from the album Hidden Manna by Montserrat's very own globe-trotting reggae superstar Tabu. So now, Tabu, you're on tour. Where are you going to next and following? What's the plan?
Yeah, Saturday night I should be heading to Valencia, Spain. We're doing a concert there for the for showcase for the flood victim. You had the flood in Spain recently.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost their lives and a lot of natural things happen, beyond their control. So this Green Army people is putting together a show. So we drop there and then we come back Sunday night, and then after that Wednesday we head to Paris. We have Paris lock off Genesis part 2, sponsored by Benjamin Cleo. And someone is gonna be there, Nomadics, Jonah Dan, myself, a virgin called Jonah Dan. He's gonna move in as my boss, selector, and then After we do that one, then we're gonna move on to a different place. I think it's the Pinech cinema down in Paris, where we're gonna do Nibuti Sounds and the Nomadics and myself and Jonathan, and we come back the 22nd, and then after that we have one day, and then I was supposed to head up to Ireland, but then Ireland now I have to sacrifice that, because when you give a man your word, you have to keep your word, and that's where Flasher comes in, Desmond Daly. So I told him that he asked me months and months ago. I gave him my word to perform Salem there to honor my brethren that drop out during the summer radio. And I think they're honoring Hero too. So after that, they honor Hero on radio. So it should be a good show. I think Crazy should be on the show from Trinidad too. So I gave my word, so I'm going to try and get one for that also. The Soca Monarch night, I should be around that place, hanging around somewhere, doing something nice, So
Yeah, and just to mention, at the recently held last week, I think it was.
Yeah, sorry, I did
Montserrat Christmas market.
Yeah, and
you performed there as well.
Yeah, but before that, I did I come up the 20s, chip out and then come out, and I did Bristol. I performed in Bristol the 29th and 30th, and then before that, after that, then it was the Christmas market. You give them a little vibe, because it's monstrations really, you know what I mean, and you make a best of whatever situation, and you're so happy to see your own people. It's the most monstrations I've seen for a long time, and you just had I had to give them a little taste, because they had me as a surprise guest artist really, because I couldn't really make my name mentioned too big for certain reasons, so I slipped in and give them a nice little thing, and and then slip out and then try to prepare myself for the road,
Yeah, well, you put in a lot of energy. You really, put a lot of energy in that performance at the Christmas market. Now, after you perform in Montserrat for that Salem tribute to Radio and Hero, what are the plans then following that for 2025?
Well, 2025 is when I'm going to release this album. Because this album is the foundation album that's going to set a man apart and put a man on the world stage now. Because with these travelings now, your name is going to be out there. And
so hang on a minute, Tabu, hang on a minute. So what we've been having so far is just a warm-up?
Yes, indirectly. Because February, without apology, I should be in Mexico in February. I have to ask permission from the government now, because, I'm a government man still, you know what I mean? So, and I have youths to care for. So if they would allow me to spread my message to the world, then February I should be in Mexico, from the 12th to the 22nd. That's already consigned already, So with a brethren called Raul and family, Jojo and family and the crew, deep in Mexico, So with understanding now, February I want to release the album February at some point, ending of January really, because I didn't want it to really clash with Calypso time. Because now it's Calypso time and most people are really into Calypso, Mike, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people out there in the world, they understand reggae music is every day. But Montserrat's genre of music is more Calypso and festive time and so on, you know what I mean? I know Rabo, they usually have a show, Mac usually have a reggae show in March, really, for St. Patrick's Day. In the night, we had it before. So if we can have that show back, then I'm trying to get my brethren Nomadics from up here now, Bongo Asha, my mixer man and engineer, is going to come down to Montserrat in March. So we're going to try to plan a show around Nicole Jubri and myself. No, not that beachfront down there, in Little Bay.
Right.
We have Bossa Lime, and then we're going to try and pack up that place sometime in St. Patrick's. But otherwise to that now, Salem there, sometime in the night, I must feature that album. And then after that, the album is going to be released to the world, because I didn't want to really rush the album, because I know the sensitivity of the album and the powerfulness of the album. Because there's not a man that hear that album they don't want to take it out the deck. Astrid, all them, man, they don't want to take it out the deck, Mikey, all them guys from England, anybody I gave a few albums away to certain people, and a few, like Basil got one, I think, Herman Sargent got one, we have one for ZGP, because I didn't want to bust it totally, you know what I mean, Mike?
It is an impressive body of work, and the highest acclaim that I can give is that if I took this up and I had all of my Third World and Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer and whomever, and I dropped this in the middle,
man,
it would be seamless. And I would not know that it's Tabu unless someone, would say, hey, that is Tabu. That is really how good it is in terms of the lyrical quality, the delivery, and the recorded quality, and for you to
Yes,
just
sir.
tell us that you actually did the production
Yeah, 1 month.
almost 100% on your own. That is
Yes,
fantastic.
it's Bongo,
That is
Asha, and
fantastic.
myself,
Bongo, Asha, and yourself.
Yeah,
So as
nobody.
far as now
And
taking
Ken,
the
I'm sorry, and Ken, there's a tune on the album with Jonathan. Jonathan also actually helped deliver. I think one of them was he constructed properly also. And then there's another one where I have my guitarist Ken Bassy Asher. He's the bass man for the band, and he actually come up with a lot of that one. I think is Higher Meditation. That one is,
yeah. You guys have really done a fantastic piece of work here.
Yeah.
So now, in terms of continuing your global outreach, what else do you have in mind?
Well, what's going to happen now is that you have to get these things properly sorted out before you let it go. Because it is, as I was saying, it's such a sensitive and such a powerful album that you don't want to just let the album go on the road and have everything sealed. I spoke to Victor Lewis at length, Roland Strokes, them is my bodyguards, Randy Greenaway, and them is the man that is laid the foundation for my music, Carl Markham, and those guys. So teacher Randy Greenaway told me, if I get everything right, So get the BMI, get the PRS, get everything started out properly, get everything copyright and master properly, and and then upload. Well, I already contact people like, Ditto CD Baby, that thing, those companies. So it's just like to put up the album and get it on every major platform that people can download and do what they do, because it's downloading time. But I'm still gonna place dub plates, because for each song you hear there, I still have about 4 or 5 flip dubs of each. Dubs, I'm that real dub like Abashanti and those kind of dub channel one, them dub style there, of that album still. So it's like 40 songs I have together of that album, you know what I mean?
Wow. And then you're also, as I said before, you're also now taking this album on tour. So you're coming back to Europe, you're going to the US, you're already going to Mexico. What else is on the schedule that you could at least give us an idea?
Well, definitely Montserrat, I want to nice it up for St. Patrick's Day, definitely, because that's my homeland. And I have to have that proper, and that have to be sealed. Then after that, the American market. Jamaica, I've already, Blacker Ellis, those are my foundation in Jamaica, and he also teaches at Hidden Manna College also. I was supposed to do Eco Jam in Jamaica this year, but because of certain things, I think Blacker had gone to Canada. Blacker Ellis, those are the guys that put on the Eco Jam in the amphitheater in Hidden Manna College where all the musicians come. Because remember in Jamaica, you have the music school, art school, dancing school, drama school in one compound, So all the greats pass through Hidden Manna College. All musicians, even Connick's bandman, them is Hidden Manna College, them guys, Roman Fogo, ask McLeod White, we sit with them guys, so to go back to Hidden Manna to perform would be a joy, So we're going to have that properly set up, because he's back to work in January, he's on holiday like. So when he gets back to work in January, he's going to set that foundation right. So God's willing and the Master's willing, I want to bust to Jamaica now. Because you can't have reggae music without Jamaica. You understand? So that is where you have to get inside that corner and know that the people appreciate your reggae music now, then you understand what's happening with the rest of the world. London, get a couple of those big shows. I think we have a show confirmed already without speaking too much for Switzerland, a festival over there for this next year, 25 coming. Festivals are usually summertime,
Yes, and I want to come back to that. You've got Switzerland covered on your calendar. That is such fantastic stuff. Yeah. You are speaking your truth on this debut reggae album of yours called Hidden Manna. I'm going to drop another track, if you don't mind, that pertains and reflects what you're all about. And it's Speak.
Speak. Lamentation,
Oh, speak, lamentation, oh Jah, the righteous in his dwelling place, surrounded by his cherubim. Oh, speak, over hills, gullies, and mountain plains, the humble lion lives and rules and reigns. Oh, speak, words of righteousness, the teachings of his majesty remains the same. To the east, the biblical revelation did reveal, he'll be the one for word to open up the seven seals. Some never reach their full potential because of ills and growth and claws of stagnation. And the fact that Babylon's system exerts much pressure. Chains of shackle now shackle the majority more than ever. In a system of hate and rule, divide and hate conquer. Easy to maximize the struggle for those who stand under. The sedimentary system has its own clear-cut agenda. I'm standing firm on your holy ground, bench and take order. Oh, Lamentation, no joy. The righteous in his dwelling place, surrounded by his cherubim. So speak over hills, gullies, and mountain plains. The humble lion lives and rules and reigns. Oh, speak words of righteousness. The teachings of his majesty remains the same. To the east, the biblical revelation did reveal. He'll be the one from word to open up the seven seals. Oh, Jah, oh, Jah, oh, Jah, my Father. Oh, speak. Oh, speak. Oh, speak. The struggle is real and we're fighting still. In abundance of faith and greed we will exist. We're the chosen generation that seek the Almighty One. In Psalm 87, Ethiopia stretch for the hands and future. And as we tread this rugged road, carrying Jah heavy load, our business is a heal and naturally that is nature's code. Be positive in your meditation as you trod along. Seek the teachings of His Majesty's philosophies and opinion. Oh, speak. Lamentation, no Jah, the righteous in his dwelling place, surrounded by his cherubim. So speak. Over hills, gullies, and mountain plains, the humble lion lives and rules and reigns. Oh, speak. Words of righteousness, the teachings of his majesty remains the same. To the east, the biblical revelation did reveal. He'll be the one from word to open up the seven seals. Oh, speak. Oh, speak. Oh, speak. Oh, speak. Some never reach their full potential because of deals and growth and clause of stagnation. And the fact that Babylon system exerts so much pressure. Chains of shackle now shackle the majority more than ever. In a system of hate and rule, divide and hate conquer. Easy to maximize the struggle for those who stand under. The sedimentary system has its own clear-cut agenda. I'm standing firm on Jah holy ground, special take order. Oh, speak. Lamentation, oh Jah, the righteous in his dwelling place, surrounded by his cherubim. So speak. Over hills, gullies, and mountain plains, the humble lion lives and rules and reigns.
So, Tabu, tell us, when you perform these big global events and in these big global arenas, a star from Montserrat, what sort of crowd audiences in terms of numbers are we looking at? Just give us a perspective. Because I think we are actually seeing a kind of a reflection of some of what Arrow might have done during his time in terms of arenas and crowds and numbers.
Yeah. Them things it's like lands and lands fill football and football fields full of people, you know. Like I remember Nan's dub camp in France, you know, in July. You're talking about 30 or 40,000 people. As far as the eye can see is brake lights up the road, probably like you're heading to Antigua. And then when you look, you see, like, no lie, you know, you see like from Codgerhead to Little Bay. That's dub camp in France, in Nantes. You know, people in Montserrat, you know, like you're coming on one side, gone all the way down to when you reach the Braids Corner is tents, you know, like tent, you know, people come out, set up tent where they sleep because dub camp is a place like Gladstoneberry then, you know. So people come and camp over the whole week. And then another side of the road come down is where they have the truck and the trailer and all these things. And you don't start to go into the park yet, Mike, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Into the park is when you reach all down by Osborne's now. And you start walking so much tent and so much food and so much this and that. And then when you reach this stage, it's like you're way down in cars when you reach the stage now, you know. And it's people, when you talk about people, Mike, you know, sometimes you tell yourself, boy, yeah, the journey, you know, that's why I sing the song Journey. I'm ready for this journey, you know.
I know that they're all over Europe, these massive reggae festivals. I know there's a big one in Holland, in the Netherlands. There's a big one in Poland, in Sweden, in Germany. So I just want to say to the people of Montserrat, your boy Tabu is on the stage with some of the best reggae and most popular and prominent reggae artists in the world at these big reggae festivals. Put it this way, a crowd of 20,000 is a small crowd.
Yeah, totally. Like that was in like Palermo, when we were in Palermo. because this guy lost his brethren, you know, died in a car crash. So every year, you know, we celebrate the ascension of his brethren, you know, to Zion. So people come from all over the world and pay attention down in Palorama. That's right at the tip of Sicily, Mike, where you can see the ocean where the people drown coming from, people like Libya and them places, you know, Mike.
Yeah.
I sit on the ocean and watch, and the man said to me, that's the place where them people drown, you know. I say, look at this, look how far, maybe boy.
Wow.
But it's like miracle, man. It's like the master's work, you know.
Yeah, well, absolutely, because your new global outreach and you're now, you know, fully embracing your reggae spirit, as it were. It's taking you to a new dimension. I mean, you did your calypso bit, and you were and you are still really fantastic at it. But now it's like, this is your, I don't want to say real calling, but your new calling, or maybe it's even your real calling.
Well, I submit to that, because this is a more spiritual level to Mike, you know, where you have time to talk and time to speak. You have time to, like Bob Marley said, you have time to rap, you know. You feel it in the one drop and you have time to rap, so people hear every word. You know, it's ironic that you said that thing before, that people don't believe it's me. Like I was at Wrigley Market chilling out with Pecos and them guys, and you know, this guy Pluma, brother, he's a brother, a younger brother, and he said to me, that no, you're singing. I just say, cool, no, man. And the guy said to me, boy, if somebody said that is you, you'd never believe it, because it does sound different. It sounds so settled and so rootical and so historical, you know, because it's the changing time. And I think in reggae music now, people really want something to listen to, you know what I mean, Mike? That is like a conversation. So the conversation, you know, that is uplifting and spiritual. One man said to me that last night that he felt so down and out during the day because it's so cold and damp. And when he come and hear the music, he felt joyful. The man asked me what I want. Me tell him, give me a super malt. I serious, you know, and you see in Palorama, there was this lady that sit there and she said that it's like a shamanic feeling. I didn't even know what them kind of word I mean. Come over the audience when I hold mic and some mic, because it's different, because we have time, spiritual time now, to reason on a godly level, on an uplifting level, on a humanitarian level, you know. Yeah, so we take the places in that realm now, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's no more trying to make you so excited.
I think this is actually your calling.
Yeah, man. And Jah works, like, you know, time to preach, you know, teach and, you know, educate and agitate and not violate, you know.
And the timing couldn't have been better, because what I have noticed now, and when I look and listen to the big reggae festivals all around the world, from Australia to United States to Europe, Latin America, all over the place, what is happening is that the roots reggae, what we call the conscious lyrics reggae, and the established reggae stars from the bands, as I mentioned Third World before, but even like Scatolites from Jamaica, Abyssinians, and they're bringing new people into the mix. But those people, Whalers, and especially the Whalers, who laid the foundation for reggae, the real roots reggae, they are the ones, that music is what's pulling the crowds of tens, even hundreds of thousands. And you're in that mix, Tabu. You're in that mix.
Yeah, man, to me, it's a renaissance time now. It's a revival and a rebirth of thinking. You know, and people have time now to be on a more conscious and spiritual level, because people are starting to understand themselves. You know, and the healing of the nation caused that. You know, that, you know, you understand yourself now, so you listen to things that's edifying, things that can put you on a different level, you know, on a higher mountain plateau. That's where I'm from, you know what I mean? So you relate in that way, you lift the people to a level, you know, you come to teach, you know. And that's what is good about the reggae music these days now, that people have time to sit and listen consciously and realize themselves within the struggle, you know, of time, you know.
And you know something, Tabu, one of the songs, well, all of the songs, but particularly one of the songs, sums up what you're talking about here. And that is a song called Higher Meditation. That's just one of the outstanding tracks on your debut reggae album, officially coming out in 2025, called Hidden Manna. Tabu, congratulations. So proud of you. And thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you, man. Enough respect, man, and enough respect to my people, all my people, everywhere in the world.